most famous physical therapist on the internet.
Hi, folks. I'm Bob Schrupp, physical therapist.
And I'm Brad Heineck, physical therapist.
Together, we are the most famous physical therapists on the internet.
In our opinion, of course, Bob. Why do you mention it?
Because Brad thinks he's more famous than I am.
Well, let's have a vote.
Today, we're going to talk about 3 easy stretches for low back pain. Now, I want to say, Brad, these are not appropriate for everybody. You got to figure out which one works for you.
Right. But these exercises are promoted, and I shouldn't say invented, but really investigated and researched by 2 of the most prominent physical therapists in the world. I think we can safely say that.
Yes, we can say that. One is gone.
Right.
He has passed away.
That's Robin McKenzie.
And Stuart McGill, who we've had on our podcast.
Right, yep.
Is still humming away, and he's doing great work.
Yeah. He just lives north of us a country
in
or
Canada.
So. Yep.
Canada. Yeah, there we go.
Anyways, it's estimated about 80% of society people have back pain sometime throughout their life to a significant degree. They may not.
A lot of times they are missing work because of it.
Exactly. So it's a big thing. And
yes,
so if you can get a handle on it yourself, do some self-maintenance or some treatment that's going to help maintain a healthy back. This is a good video to watch. It's going to give you some good information. So should we get right into it, Bob?
Let's get into it, Brad.
Well, I think you're in the way.
Okay.
Excuse me. Thank you. So the first one, simply, and this is one of our most basic exercises. We've promoted it many times over the years, and we'll continue to do so.
I liked it because almost everybody could do it.
Right, from
even
people elderly to young people, and it does give the low back. It's simply lying on your back. You can do this one in your bed, or on the floor is probably a little better. But the bed's okay. Some people can't get on and off the floor easily. You simply rotate. Now notice my shoulders are glued to the table or the floor, and my knees stay together gently. I'm not contracting tightly, and I'm rotating with a nice motion to the hips actually leave the bed here, the platform, and we're going to go back and forth 10 times just to get the low back, the muscles relaxed. You're getting some motion in the facet joints. The discs are being, have some motion and range of motion as well. Yes, Bob, do you have a question?
Yes. What happens if it hurts one direction?
Excellent question, Bob. But we'll leave that for another video. No, I'm just kidding. No, that's an excellent question. Let's say I go to the right, and I get pain to the right. Well, do not push through the pain and think you're going to crack your back and it's going to be all better. We're going to bump to that point and we're going to stop going into that painful range, Bob. And then we're going to go back this way, and this way maybe feels better. And then we're going to go all the way over, get the motion here, come back, allow the pelvis to go flat. Just bump. When you start to feel that painful spot, stop right there and then go back. And now I call it, with my patients, I will say it's like a windshield wiper. So I just give it the title, do the windshield wipers, and typically,
a good visual.
Yeah, and they, it clicks right away.
Right.
As opposed to hook, line, lumbar rotation right and left.
Exactly.
Not one of those technical.
Now you can vary a little bit where you put your feet to. You can go closer to you or further away.
Right.
And see how that affects your back too.
That can make a big difference too.
It can.
One thing I'll do is watch my feet. If I keep them stacked on top of each other, it gives me a little more range here as opposed to if I do this. It's a subtle difference. You can, do whichever feels better for you. Do, just some of those little.
Now,
pearls.
an advanced version of this would be to come over this way, Brad, and then actually let this one go out further like that.
Exactly. I could do it this way, but I bump into that.
Right.
Yeah. So if this feels good, well, go ahead, give it a little more.
That's an advanced version.
As long as it feels good.
No pain.
Should we go on to the next one,
Sure.
Bob? We do have another one. The prone press up.
Why don't I do that one?
Yes, that's a good one for you, Bob. I do not do prone press ups because I have spondylolisthesis, and that aggravates and irritates my back.
Robin McKenzie, he promoted kind of a lot of variations of this. One, he would start you. He could do the prone prop, just up on your elbows, or you could start off hands underneath the shoulders and do micro press ups.
Yeah, but with the McKenzie system, he does promote the actual movement up and down.
And getting way up here even, possibly.
Now with Stuart McGill, he promotes this, but
he does not promote the movement.
Right. So you got two of the best therapists in the world over time, and they do not agree. So what are we gonna suggest?
Well, whatever is painless, and whatever helps.
Right.
So if the movement is making it worse, you're going to stop.
Right.
And we're talking about after too, like, the next 24 hours.
Right. Yeah.
But with Stuart McGill, what he would start off is kind of like this, and then he might even go up onto your fist.
Kind of a progression.
Yep. And then you go up to 2 fists.
Sure.
But he would just have you lie here and, eventually see how the back does with just gravity.
Yep. Allow things to settle down, the muscles to relax.
Now, this is quite often used for disc problems too, sciatica.
Mm-hmm.
But I used to use these with patients, all patients.
Yeah, as long as it made things better while you're doing it, and as a result, afterwards, we continue to run with it.
It's not going to help probably spinal stenosis.
Probably not.
And it's not going to help Brad's problem?
Spondylolisthesis, which typically extension of the lumbar spine.
It's going to make it worse.
Which that's what this is.
Quite often, like if you're 55 and older and it hurts to extend your back, you might have one of those too. Yeah.
Should we go on to number 3, Bob?
Sure. What's number 3
Well,
again?
the infamous
cat camel,
which has been called everything from the cat camel to the horse and the cow and everything else. But let's just go through the mechanics
now,
of it.
I believe both people, McGill and McKenzie, advocated use of this.
Sure. It's a great way just to get some nice non-weight bearing range of motion through the lumbar spine, which Bob is doing a nice job of presenting.
A lot of people can do this one. So you bring the arch back up like this and my head comes down.
Yep, look at that.
And then I go the other way and I bring my head up.
I do want to mention, I know Dr. McGill oftentimes says, make sure your knees
are farther apart.
Right, farther apart, shoulder width, gives you a wider base, and it stabilizes the pelvis. And he mentioned a few other complicated things I can't remember. But it made sense when I was reading it.
Right. So, again, we don't know if this is the cat or the camel.
Right. We will get feedback from our viewers, and I'll read it, and I'll be appreciative. I'll be grateful, Bob.
And I always forget.
Yeah, I'll forget as well. Because it's not that important to me. It is that it gets better and you do it properly.
This really is a nice one for mobility.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Now, as oftentimes as we do, we don't stop at giving you just what we say. We give you bonus, a little extra information. And this is something they both promote.
Absolutely.
Is walking. Again, walking on a flat surface. Don't go up and down hills, or definitely not in a train where it's uneven, because that's a little more stress on the back than you need. But walking on a daily basis.
Several times a day.
Right. Only at a distance that's tolerated, and don't overdo it, but
try. Might be 10 minutes.
Right. Matter of fact, I'm going to do a detailed video on Stuart McGill's walking thing with really breaking this down. It'll be coming out in a week or two.
I had a friend who worked at a back clinic.
Yeah.
That's all they saw was patients with back pain.
Yep.
And that's the first thing they would have them do is walk.
Right.
I mean, as overall.
That's pretty easy as a therapist.
Yeah.
Number 1, walk.
Go walk. I'm going to go have lunch. While you let me know when you get back.
And the second one is is posture, particularly seated posture.
Yes.
It's so
you
easy
to
to
slouch. In that slumped position.
Mm-hmm.
You want to have nice upright. A lot of times we use a support in the low back.
Lumbar support.
Maybe a pillow, a throw pillow.
Yep.
If you're in your recliner or in
I use a throw pillow quite a bit. In my car, I have a special memory foam one. So whatever, there's a lot. When we've got some excellent detailed videos just on lumbar supports. If you go Bob and Brad lumbar support.
Yeah, Brad is special, isn't he? You go special.
Give you more than you do.
Speaking of which,
stick, this
is our giveaway. If you go to bobandbrad.com, go to the giveaway section.
That's right.
Always giving something away. You can also go to Facebook.
The Facebook.
It'll be pinned to the top of the page. That's
right
Bob and Brad. Mm-hmm. And we've been mentioning our podcast.
Oh, yes.
Again, we got an interview with Stuart McGill on there. You should check that out.
We didn't erase that one, did we?
No, that one's good. Going gangbusters.
It is.
2,000 people a day are watching.
The only thing on the podcast, if you're listening to it, you can't see his mustache. He's got one of these mustaches that Sam Elliott used to have. And so you can't go wrong.
Award-winning.
Yeah, it is, no doubt. So I hope, Stuart, you don't mind me comparing you to Sam Elliott.
We're admiring it.
Yeah, whatever. Anyways, be careful in everything that you're doing, and that's it.
Thanks.
And my fingers.